All right, good afternoon. It's 12 o'clock Eastern. I know it's morning time for you folks on the West Coast and somewhere in between for the rest of the country. But my name is Mark Banfield. I am the founder of Banfaith Sales Systems, and we are talking today about Facebook. So listen up. Listen up. We're going to talk about Facebook. So my name again is Mark. I'm a trainer. I have been for my entire career working on the retail front in dealerships, but also working on the training front at the large corporate levels with places like General Motors and Ford, and a whole slew of people between. So that's me. That's what I've got, and I'm going to bring in and introduce the rest of the players as we go. So let me bring in, first of all, Mr. Mike Mersman. Mike, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon now. As Mark said, I am Mike Mersman. Like Mark, I've been a car person all my life and grew up in a sales family, actually. So I certainly don't know it all, but I somehow tend to know a lot of the questions to ask. So it's a great opportunity. Thank you for allowing me into your day, and I'm looking forward to, we'll talk about a few things here. Learn and listen and learn and do, okay?
All right. So next I want to bring in Mark Shinneberry.
Good afternoon and good morning on the West Coast. I'm Mark Shinneberry. I am somewhat of a sales expert, some people tell me. At the very least, I've been doing this a long time, selling, mostly in the automotive sector, either selling vehicles or selling to automotive dealers. And actually met Mark quite a few years ago doing some training salespeople. So I'm looking forward to talking about selling and today's environment.
Okay. Lastly, I'm going to bring in Mr. Alex Thayer. Alex, go.
Hello, I'm Alex Thayer. I have a company, Michigan Dealer Service. I've been in the dealership world all my life, working through family dealership. I'm excited to be here with Listen Up. We're talking about Facebook today, so looking forward to it. Thanks.
Okay. All right, so there we are. There's the panel. So today we're going to focus on Facebook. So when I say we're going to focus on Facebook, what we're going to do is we're going to give you some solid, usable tips to help market yourself on Facebook. Facebook is a huge platform. There's a bazillion people using it across the world. And if you think that you cannot find customers on Facebook, you're wrong. But how do you do that? What do you do? So we're going to come up with some concrete solutions, some concrete processes and things you can do to use Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and start that by telling you that when you use Facebook, one of your goals should be in your post, you want your goal to be to create shareable content. So tip number one, create shareable content. So Facebook as a platform is started as a group of friends that knew each other. And then those people knew other people, and it just kept growing. And that's the way it is today. The average American, studies have shown, know an average of 600 people. And when I say know, I mean know name, can talk to them, walk up to them, not just have a name in a Rolodex. So if you consider that I know 600, these four people know 600. Between the four of us, that's 2,400 people. But those 2,400 people know 600 people apiece. So if you take 24 times 600, you start to get into the millions. So everybody knows everybody, and that's just the first level, not considering second level and third level. So you can get to a lot of people. But your Facebook posts, as people learn about you, you need to create something that makes them want to share what you're doing, shareable content. Make it memorable, make it unique. It has to be about you, but it has to be shareable. So it's something that people may want to do. That whole viral concept is how this works. So if you post a content that people want to show other people, that's where you're making progress. So the first tip is this: have shareable content. And I'm going to put that at the bottom. And as these tips change, I'm going to put them at the bottom as we add on to them so that you can remember what they are. So we'll go next to Mike. Mike, what is your Facebook tip?
Well, as you said just a second ago, Mark, one of the things that you've got to share on Facebook is who you are. Okay, it's your responsibility as a salesperson to advertise yourself. And advertising is sharing information. It's not up to the manufacturer of whatever the goods are to advertise you. Actually, they don't know you. It's certainly not up to the industry because they don't really care about you. But it is up to you to advertise you. And how do you do that? What do you say? What do you advertise? Okay, well, the thing is that you are unique. Every individual is unique. Every individual has strengths and weaknesses. And I want to play up my strengths if I'm advertising and putting my face on Facebook. I want people to know about me and what I can do to help them to solve their automobile problems, their transportation problems, and the things that we all tend to take for granted.
So Mike, let me ask you a question. How can you, so sharing this, posting this, what exactly are the type of things that you want to post?
Well, again, your strengths. Are you connected in the community in some way? As Mark said earlier, yeah, we all know an average of 600 individuals. A lot of people know people from churches, from schools, from jobs. There's a lot of ways that you can put information up there on your own. And what we want to do is, again, we want to explain our strengths in ways that are going to affect positively a relationship that I might have with somebody who I haven't met yet. Because I'm a problem solver. I'm not a salesperson per se. I'm a problem solver.
All right, very nice. Very nice. Okay, so let me put that on the bottom. So market yourself to build your brand, such as community involvement.
Absolutely, and that's just one way. There are lots of other ways that you can do that. Are you involved in sports? Are you involved with kids? What are the involvements? And then what do you enjoy doing? What makes you happy when you're not at work? Just not being at work, or is it something else you like to do? Because normally you're going to find things that other people want to share. And just like found out earlier this morning that I was telling my wife, I had a friend in Ashland, Kentucky, whose brother-in-law was now get this, was my daughter's boss when she lived down in South Carolina. Would never known that had I not gone in to see him, and he was the general manager of a Chevrolet dealership. And he bought my training because all of a sudden we had something in common. And I was sitting across the desk from him too. That helped.
Very nice. All right, so real quick, I want to, Ron is now here, showed up late. So Ron, we'll get to you in a couple minutes.
Sure.
We're going around talking about how we can use Facebook.
Welcome, Ron. We're glad to have you.
Yeah, Ron.
All right, so Mark, we'll put you on the spotlight. Well, let's see, Mark, Alex, you were kind of wanting to go, before Mark, so I'm going to put you on before Mark. No, actually, I'm going to change my mind. Mark, you are on next. So go ahead, Mark.
So I'm up. I'm up. All right.
No, Mark.
What?
Mark, you're on.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to just build on what you guys were talking about. When you're creating this shareable content and you're doing it by building your brand, I'm going to suggest, and I'm going to strongly suggest, that you include video. So create video as part of your shareable content and do it every time. And, and I know that many of you, as I'm saying this, are cringing because, we're our own worst critics. We're all, we all hate getting on camera. And we all do. I do. because we look at it and we go, oh gosh, I have a blemish, or I'm going to say or do something, or stop it, because you are your own worst critic. You're creating this shareable content. That's what your customers, your prospects, the individuals that are looking at your video, that's what they're looking at. They're not looking at you. You're just there delivering the message, right? So create some very good shareable content. Do that using a video. Just think about this. When you're scanning through Facebook and things are popping up on your feed, when you see a video, what do? You stop and you watch it. Not too long. So keep it short and sweet, but create that shareable content, use video, use it every time.
So Mark, you made a comment that people are afraid of putting videos on.
Yes.
But don't I see people walking around all the time, using their phones to video chat and to talk to each other? Is that a thing that's a generational thing? Is it that older people are more afraid of videos versus younger?
You know what? I take exception to that, because you're comfortable doing a video chat with your friend, with your close friend. When you share the video out there on the web, or whether it's Facebook or whatever, that it's going out broad, right? There's a lot of people seeing it. So there's a difference between doing a FaceTime with someone that you're close with, that you're comfortable talking to directly, as opposed to sharing that video just to anyone that has the ability to see your feed.
Okay. After we go through everyone's group, I want to come back to that video concept of what you're talking about there, Mark. So
Sure.
But right now I want to go to Alex. Alex, what's your Facebook tip of the day?
I'm going to take it, I guess, one more level specific with video. And one thing, just step back, you got to make sure you're excited about the content that you're putting up. It makes all the difference. Your excitement level and what you're posting comes through to your audience. One thing with what Mark was saying with video gets 3 to 5 times more views and interaction than a regular post. So video these days is extremely important. If you're trying to figure out what to post and how to get started on marketing yourself on Facebook, you work at a dealership, I would suggest grabbing the latest trade-in that came in, the most recent used car that hit the lot, and do a quick 30-second video walk around of that vehicle and post it. A car that you're excited about, people can pick up on your energy, and they'll reach out to you. One thing that's really important now with videos is the orientation that you're taking that video at. Are you going to have your phone up and down or sideways? Most of the time, you're going to want to film it this way, so it's easier for people to look at and view your video content. So go ahead.
No, you finish your thought.
Yeah, so I guess that's where I'm at is start out easy, pick your favorite car in the inventory, do a quick 30-second vertical video, and get that posted.
So what I want to bring up is that's an interesting point, Alex, because I remember not that long ago, everyone was talking about when you do videos, make sure you do them landscape, right? Sideways, widescreen.
Yeah.
But it really has changed now, hasn't it, to where you want to do them I guess it'd be called portrait, up and down, like you're holding your phone, right?
Yeah.
Because that's how more and more of the people watching are watching them on their mobile devices. And they want that up and down. And if you do it sideways, you just get a small portion of the screen showing.
Yeah. Most people that view, I forget what the percentage is, it's a lot, but most people that view Facebook are viewing it on their phones.
Okay. Very nice. Thank you. All right, Ron, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right, so what's your tip with Facebook?
I got a tip for some horses at the Gulf Stream.
Okay.
Right.
Excellent.
No, Facebook for me has been a very good medium, and I did want to try and have. I mentioned Mark Ferrari; he was not available, but Facebook is basically the gold standard as far as social media connection is concerned. Followed by LinkedIn, which is more of a business media, but a combination of those things can be very productive. And you mentioned pictures. We think in pictures. Think about this. I'll mention a couple of products to you and tell me what you see. And one of them is just going to be kind of obscure. So think about this. Red, R-E-D. What do you see?
Red.
Okay. How about if I mentioned Crest? What do you see?
White.
Toothpaste.
Toothpaste. If I mention Thunderbird, what do you see?
Oh, jet.
Don't ask me.
I see a T-bird.
There you go. We think in pictures. So when you're using video, you're speaking directly to the consumer's mind, and they think in pictures. We don't think in algorithms. We don't think in bits and bytes or ones and zeros. We think in pictures. So when you're showing people pictures, you're talking directly to their inner soul and their mind. That's critical. We talked about using videos when a customer walks out. If you didn't sell them the car, shoot a short video right then and send it to them. Because wherever they are, they're going to view it and they're going to show it to who's ever there with them. So using pictures, I certainly endorse that. Strong stuff. And we can make it all happen. It's just a matter of being, but you have to be there on a frequent basis. Don't hit and run. You got to stay there. If you're going to use Facebook as a media, you got to stay on Facebook. You got to have a presence. You got to have them see you on a frequent basis. And when I mean frequent, I'm saying 3 to 5 times a week. But market yourself.
Okay, so Ron, is 3 to 5 times a week enough, or should they be putting something up daily?
You can put it up daily. I'm saying minimum is 3, maximum is 7.
Do you have any suggestions on the type of images, pictures, videos that they should use, Ron?
Well, obviously, if you dealt with a consumer and you showed them a car, that video should be up there. Mike Smith came in today and looked at this beautiful Daytona and put it up there. Also, any really good used car deals. You've got an exceptionally priced used car, and that car is really a high-end value car, and the price is exceptional. Put it out there because you're going to generate activity.
Okay, Mark, I said I was going to come back to you when you were talking about videos up front. Oh, by the way, Ron, great stuff. Sorry, I didn't say thank you.
Thank you.
Got to remember to say that. So, I got to be polite. All right, Mark. So when we're talking about videos, how long should the videos be?
So I would suggest no longer than 30 seconds max.
Why?
Because you'll lose interest. You'll lose their attention. If you could go 60 seconds, but you're really pushing the envelope there, right? So like if you're doing a video walk around that like Alex suggested, I guess you could go out as long as 60 seconds, but boy, try to keep it to 30 seconds. If you, do you guys agree or you disagree? Because that's what my thought is. Because after that,
I don't completely agree. Especially if you're doing a walk around, that's going to be longer than 30 or 60 seconds. I think it depends on the topic.
If you're talking about doing your own, sending yourself out there just to get your name out as a recognition thing, I'd go to TikTok. Their maximum is 15 seconds, and they're easy. I mean, they are really easy. I'd just recommend that if at all possible.
So
but there are situations where you're going to need to go longer, and I agree.
So let me interpret what I just heard from Mark, Mike, and Ron. For marketing videos, which are just these daily posts that I'm putting out, if I'm doing a product, if I'm doing whatever, in that case, keep it short, right? TikTok is one of the new For those of you not familiar, TikTok is one of the new video platforms where you do very short videos. But because that is one of the drivers that is bleeding over into Facebook, shorter videos tend to get better impact. In Ron's case, what Ron's talking about is following up with a customer or sending them specific information. Those can be longer because they're directed at someone specifically for specific information. You can put them on the timeline, right? But
Right.
you tag the person that you want to send it to. Other people that see it then can see it and watch it if they want to, or go past it. Am I interpreting that stuff right between all you guys?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You know, think about this. You ever walk into a salesman's office and you see plaque after plaque after plaque? Salesman of the month, salesman of the month, salesman of the month. You know, you got the right guy. No, you got a guy that's high powered and he's going to make this deal happen. They want someone who's a mover and a shaker. They want someone who's got the horsepower to make their deal come true. You are the merchant to do that.
So customers are looking for successful salespeople. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You want a successful guy, you want a slug.
So a thought just came to my mind. So I know I've had people suggest or comment, and I see this a lot, where salespeople and dealerships are posting pictures, more than videos, just pictures of clients, customers with their new car. This person just bought a new car, thank you, right? My question is, what are the parameters that a dealership or a salesperson should follow to do that?
Well, first of all, get permission.
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean? What are the parameters?
So I think Mike's picked up on that. Should you just do that and put the customer's name and picture out there
Yes.
without asking them?
Yes.
Without asking them?
Well,
Tell them, hey, I'm taking a picture. I'm going to
Just
post
by
it
buying,
on our Facebook
by
page.
buying from you, they opt in. It's not a matter
Well,
of
but
permission.
opting in, I think, is different from giving their information on the Facebook. I have a friend. Let me just tell this story real quick, and then you can counter me.
Okay.
I have a good friend that refuses to have his picture put on Facebook. I don't know what the reason is. I don't know if it's a work thing, a government security thing, whatever. The first time I went to take his picture in a group activity showing what we were doing for this group, he went ballistic on me. And he refuses. When we do a group chat that we're recording, he will not turn his camera on.
Well, he could be in the witness protection program.
I don't know. I haven't asked, but so because of there are people like that. So should you not ask
You need
first?
to get permission. Period.
Is the
So
dealership
I would suggest this, right? Take the picture with the customer's phone, ask them to share it on Facebook,
Yeah.
and then take a picture with your phone,
good point.
tag the customer, and share it on your dealership or your
Good
personal
point.
page. Right?
Good
That
idea.
works. Because if the customer has a problem, they're going to say, wait a minute, I don't want my picture out there. I don't want my picture taken. Now, keep in mind, most people are not in the witness protection program
Right.
or work for some kind of clandestine government agency.
I am not a crook.
There's a dealership in Tennessee, in Milan, Tennessee. Steve Marsh Ford. I know a number of the salespeople there. They did training with them. They post a ton of stuff. There's one guy his name is Leon O'Neill. Does a beautiful job. You know, picture of his customer, picture of the car. I recommend that. If you have to ask permission, ask. But when people can see somebody being productive and successful, that's who they want to do business with.
It's
Yeah, I'm not
absolutely-
going in to deal with, Johnny Slug.
Absolutely right.
Right. And that's true, but that's kind of two different deals there.
Okay. So here's another question about videos. Outside of posting work videos of customers and product, what other type of videos do I want to put up? And what other type of videos do I want to avoid? Alex, start.
You want to have, like we were saying earlier, videos that promote engagement in you and your brand. So whatever you're enthusiastic about, if it's a hobby, whatever the case is, whatever you're enthusiastic about is what you want to have out there.
Right.
I will pipe in here. Keep it professional. You are a professional salesperson. Keep your Facebook feed professional.
So does that mean I can't express opinion about timely topics on Facebook?
Nothing political or religious.
Thank you.
Yes.
So where do I?
Politics
But you see
and
that a
sex is
lot,
going to
right?
alienate you from the majority of your audience.
Okay.
Just think before you do it.
If you want to be an evangelist, get a separate page and give yourself a false identity.
Going to witness protection. No, if you're going to be an evangelist, what are you doing in a car dealership?
There you go.
Okay. Interesting, because again, Facebook used to be, friends chatting amongst themselves. It's not quite
And
that way anymore, is it?
That's fine. That is absolutely fine. Keep it professional. Just remember, everything you post will be there forever.
That's right.
It's never going away. So keep that in mind. When you're posting things, keep it professional.
And now keep in mind, too, if you're out there looking for a job or a position, employers are going to Facebook and looking you up
Absolutely.
and seeing what kind of things you post. What are
So
you
let's-
involved with? What do you support? What do you endorse? You
So
may
let's
not-
expand. Let's expand on that a little bit, Ron. So, aren't we just looking for a job when we're advertising to our customers that we want to help them buy a vehicle?
Sure we are.
They're really hiring us to sell them a car.
Yeah, you're promoting your brand. Yes. Absolutely. I agree. Just keep it, like you said, Mark, keep it professional. Keep it high level. Make it professional. Remember, you're creating a personal brand.
Okay. So any other tips? We're about at the finish line here, guys. Any other tips you'd want to throw in on Facebook to finish up?
Yes. Get Tom Peters' book, The Brand You.
Okay.
Good one.
All right.
Good book.
Very good. All right. So
I wanted to step back to the. Sorry.
go ahead.
I was going to step back to the videos just for a second to wrap up on that. Is make sure you shoot vertical. You have a 3-second audition to grab the viewer's attention. So in the first 3 seconds is what they watch, and also now they have the silent view. So you have to plan your video to be engaging without sound. So
Good point, Alex.
Very nice. Very nice. Great tips. All right, guys. So here's the deal. It's time for our soapbox moment where you just get a brief moment to say whatever you want to say to the world. So we're going to start with Mr. Mersman. So, Mike, the soapbox is yours.
All right. I think the main thing as far as to take away is I want to advertise my strengths. I want people to know what I'm really good at and what I really enjoy doing. I don't want to try to be something I'm not, because it'll never work. So show people who you are, show people how strong you are and where your strengths are, and be professional and enjoy what you're doing. And it's going to take a little time, but stay at it and do as much online or have as much online presence as you possibly can in a good quality fashion. That's all. Thanks, everybody.
All right. We'll go to Mr. Shinenberry next.
So I'm just going to reiterate what we've already been talking about. Create shareable content using video. Do it consistently. Keep it professional. And enjoy the ride, because if you do this, you're going to increase your sales. If you're not already doing it, start doing it.
Okay. Ron, you're up next.
Thank you very much. My name is Ron Catronio, and I am running for president
Yay!
on the independent ticket. I'll tell you what, guys, all good information, but exude some enthusiasm. Be excited about what you're doing. Make people want to come and meet you and say to themselves, that's the guy that I want to do business with. That's the guy that I'm going to buy my car from. And give them a reason to walk in that door and say, I want to see Ron Catronio. Get them to come and ask for you. It's going to make your sale a lot easier. And tell your friends to do the same thing. It's like and share on Facebook. Like and share, like and share. Devise a way to promote yourself every single day.
And I will add here, for those of you watching, like and share this video. We would appreciate that. So,
I've got it on my other computer and I'm watching it.
Oh, very nice. All right, Alex, your soapbox.
Yeah, I think it was a good conversation. The thing is just to get out. You're a sales professional. Start building your brand. Continue building your brand, and get your information out there to customers, and get them engaged in what you're doing, where you work, and what you sell.
Okay, very nice. I guess I'm up last. Hold on. I put Ron back up. Why did I put Ron back up? There we go. My soapbox moment is going to be basically use Facebook. There's a lot of power there. Make connections with people. Reach out to your customers. Connect with them. But as these guys have all said, video is king. Up and down video, not sideways video like you're on your phone. Use your phone to make videos, and don't be shy. Don't be camera shy, because people need to see you. You need to be confident. You need to be professional. So that's what we'll do there. So that's my soapbox moment. Oh, one last thing. I read a quote by a gentleman by the name of Orison Swett Marden, who was actually the founder of Success Magazine. And the quote is, don't wait for extraordinary opportunities, seize common occasions and make them great. And so that's what we're talking about today. I'm kind of hesitating here, so I changed my slide here. Let me go back up full screen. So thank you for attending. We talked about how you can use Facebook to improve yourself today. We appreciate your time. Share this video if you would. I put our contact information. So Band Faith Systems can be reached through that email and phone number. Those are the players. Those are the people that we're just talking to. You can reach any of those people through that number. So please contact us. Reach out to us with comments or questions. We'll be glad to answer them for you. Next week, we're going to do something similar. We're going to talk about how you can use LinkedIn to sell vehicles and to optimize your opportunities. So LinkedIn is different from Facebook, and we're going to talk about how it is and how you can be successful at that next week. So join us next Thursday, 12 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock a.m. Pacific, and then that would be 11 o'clock Central. So please join us. And until then, listen up and have a great week. So thank you all for attending.
See you guys.
Thanks, guys.